Hello everyone, I'm going to show you our idea of how we can combine voice and gestures to present data during remote meetings. As an example, let's walk through this data set of US colleges where each row is one college and then columns are attributes or properties about each college. Now you see the same data set here laid out as a unit column chart where each column represents one region in the US. So we have New England, Far West, Mid-Atlantic, Great Lakes, and so on. Right off the bat, we can see that Southeast and Mid-Atlantic have a higher number of schools than the other regions. So let's go ahead and drill down into the Mid-Atlantic and Southeast regions to learn more about the schools here. Now, at this point, I'm a little curious to see what the distribution of different school types in these densely populated regions is. So to do that, maybe what we can do is color these points based on the school type that they have. And we can see immediately that there's a bit of a distribution of public and private schools, which seems slightly kind of more skewed towards public schools in oranges, maybe on the southeast side. But if we do this comparison kind of across both regions, we can generally see that there's more private schools than there are public schools in these two densely populated regions. Now, at this point, I want to drill down my focus even a little more and really look at schools that have a very competitive admission rate, right? So maybe let's go ahead and focus on schools that have an admission rate of less than 25%. Now we can see that a bunch of private schools light up here at the bottom on both sides, actually, both in Mid-Atlantic and Southeast, but there's only 3 public schools that have this low competitive or kind of low admission rate or are considered fairly competitive schools in terms of admission. Right, so now we've looked at sort of how we break down the US regions and how we can go in and we've seen sort of what the most competitive schools in these two regions are, but I really want to get a bit of an understanding of kind of where these schools are located even within these regions, right? Are they all in big cities? Are they all kind of university towns? How does that work? So to see that, what we can maybe do is let's update this layout to look at or to group schools based on the locale that they belong to. And we can see those same schools are still highlighted here, and the 3 public schools, one of them is in a remote town, one of them is in a large city, and then the other one is in a small city. So there's some distribution, but in general, we can see that most schools in this particular subset that we're focusing on tend to be in large cities or suburbs or kind of mid-sized cities here you see on the left.